Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to repair, prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for the final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil jester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here.
What's going on? They got a couple of people in here. Excuse me. Just put my headphones on and they decided to break. What the crap? Lord. Let me type here on Instagram real quick, see if anybody will come over. Hope everybody is good. Good. Hey. Now live on. Cause I am shadow banned. Okay. So sent that. There you go. What I want to talk about today is I got 3 things I want to mention today. I don't want to be up here too long because people got stuff to do, I guess. But Saturday, maybe somebody got time to listen. I guess I want to talk about this leaked so-called, high security clearance document information that was leaked by the Air Force Airman from his, high security information store place in the Air Force. He passed that information on to the internet, and now it's out here. And he is being arrested. Not going to say rightly so, because, this is warfare. And in warfare, sometimes, the people you fighting for become the enemy. So it's only right. I also want to speak on the implications of this Freaknik foolery and how the narrative has been, switched, or is trying to be switched over to, make us as black men look like, predators. We're going to say, hell no to that. No, that was what, 30 years ago? But who cares? It's the same foolery that we suffer today. Same. It is no different. The different generation with the foolery. So since I'm a part of the new generation, and I am seen by these younger people as an elder, I got to do my elderly duties. Speak on this junk. However uncomfortable as it may be, because that was my mom's time. Hopefully my mama was not out there, but I would not doubt it. Get my video up. Anyway, up. Um, out. Hope everybody has been doing okay, man. I know. I spoke to Mr. Ozone, Mr. Joshua Norton, says, respect, brother. Yeah, respect, man. What's good? Spoke to Mr. Zone, Mr. O of the Zone. He called. We spoke for a couple of minutes because, when you're in that being held captive situation, everything's being listened to, and you cannot say what you want to say. So time was limited, and they make it so, you're paying damn near $2 a minute or $3 a minute or some junk. So yeah, you're not going to be sitting there on the phone. Whatever you got to say, they make sure it's important so they can listen in. Forget them. The hell with them. They musty anyway. Okay. We're gonna start with the Freaknik junk. We're gonna start with that. Yeah. Joshua Norton says, tell the brother to stay strong. Oh, he's strong. Ha. Yeah, he's strong. He hella strong. He when he gets out, I'm gonna just tell you, he gonna be a totally different Mr. Zone. I lost, my gains out here trying to chase a dollar on this road, and he got all the gains. Ate them all the gains. This dude is the incredible revolutionary hook. So good. I'm glad he changed his look up. So now he can think and act different. Because when you look different, you think different, your behavior is different, everything about you becomes, in a different way. And I'm glad for him. I'm not glad he's in there, but I guess what he went through was for him. Most High had him, and he's coming on out. Going to be fine. He's going to be fine. We claiming that. We pushing that into the atmosphere. And then we're going to stand on that, and that's what it is. That's what it is. No more time for us doubting ourselves out here. We the new elders. Yeah, our mothers and fathers, yes, they the elders, but they inactive. They not active no more. We active. We up. So since I'm up, I'm going all in. Hate or not, unsubscribe or not. I've been getting, people unsubscribing from my junk. I didn't have that many subscriptions anyway, so it's kind of sad, but whatever. Maybe I'm not meant to have that many people. Who cares? I'm good either way. Joshua Norton says, next level evolution. Exactly. That's who we are, man. We the next level. Every generation has to go higher, man. Everyone. So I've been going back and listening to my lives, so I have to make sure I turn my desktop audio off when I turn the videos off, because there's a horrible echo. It makes my junk look unprofessional. Not gonna have that. Okay. You're going to put this on. Now, I know people do not like Tariq or whatever the hell. There's a couple of people I know personally that do not like him. I don't really like him like that no more because of some junk he pulled, and I was in support of him. But, some of the junk he says is a bit funny and right. So I'm going to stick with that, It is what it is. This dude, his name is Mark Lamont Hill. Other individuals will call him Mark Lamoist Hill because of the bullcrap he pulls out here in the black community. He's a goofy. He says whatever the Caucasian tells him to say, including throwing us under the bus. And you see, this is the Griot. The Griot is not a black American friendly publication. This is some of those other people from across the water, those kind. Not saying the Africans are bad, but the coon kind that come over here and, undermine whatever we're doing. These are the people that end up with these publications in the magazines and whatever the hell. And he's working for them. So Here. Turn on my audio. Yeah. Here we go.
A lot of noise is being made about this Freaknik documentary. A whole bunch of people talking about whose names and faces and voices and bodies are going to show up on this video from the 90s. And most of the conversation is about whether or not women will be exposed on this documentary, whether people's mamas and girlfriends and wives and daughters are going to show up in a Freaknik documentary. And I hear you. But that's the wrong issue. Look, I was outside in the 90s. I've been to Freaknik as an aspiring young journalist covering the story, of course. And when I was there, I saw what was happening. It's not just about women being half naked. It's not about women's hypersexuality. No, Freaknik is about men ogling, men fondling. Freaknik had a lot to do with male hypermasculinity and sexual violence. Freaknik is a rape fest. It is a sexual assault fest. That's not the only thing going on out there. I'm not trying to demonize or pathologize black people, but if we're talking about the worst parts of Freaknik, it wasn't about the actions of women. It was about the disgusting actions of us men. And so when you watch Freaknik, you don't need to be worried about mama, daughter, sister, girlfriend. You need to be worried about brother, son, husband, or yourself, and whether or not you were engaged in some of the worst parts of patriarchal culture, whether you were part of the worst parts of rape culture and misogyny and sexual violence. When we talk about Freaknik and the way we talk about Freaknik, it's a representation of all the problems we have, and it's a lot of.
Okay. So did you see how he came in there and said, I'm not trying to, vilify the whole black community with this, as he did the very thing he said he wasn't trying to do. Notice that. Anytime somebody comes out and they're having a conversation or discussion about a thing, says, I'm not trying to, make it look bad, but then they go right into doing the very thing that they propose they're not trying to do. That's normally how that goes. This is a horrible, horrible, horrible ideal. And hold on, let me turn my. Okay, yeah, turn the desktop audio off. Yeah, this is a horrible ideal. And I get what he's saying. But at the same time, hell no. It's called Freaknik, not picnic with your grandma and your granddaddy at after church. Not, bring your mama and daddy to, the public outing as, you wear bikinis and junk. No, it's called Freaknik. A freaky damn picnic. Oh, yeah, we eating sandwiches. Off your BBL. Oh, yeah. Oh, we drinking drinks. Yeah. Off your BBLs. That's what we doing. You got the hotel room? Oh, yeah. Extra drinks off your BBLs. Oh, what we doing? Oh, are we baking cookies? And then we eating them off the boobies. That's Freaknik. There was nothing kid-friendly at freaking Freaknik. And I guarantee you, in hood fashion, because I know my people, there was kids out there. I guarantee you. I can guarantee you, there was some kids out there at freaking Freaknik, watching their mama do weird stuff where she wasn't supposed to be out there doing, okay? Watching their goofy daddy out there doing stuff he wasn't supposed to be out there doing, okay? Guaranteed. I know my people. I know us. Han said Jake Steed and them was out at Freaknik. I can imagine. Everybody you would hate to name was out there. And that's the sad part. Because why would you be there? Why would you be at Bike Week knowing that Bike Week turned into, a mini Freaknik, but now it's turned into Murder Fest because of these skinny jeans, toothpick legs gangsters out here looking like walking mops. Are you a walking mop with a damn gun? I don't understand. I don't get it. Goofballs. Let me make sure my. Yeah, my volume is on. Okay, bet. Yeah, but shut up. But yeah, these people out here are trying to, use the coons of our society to flip this narrative around and turn it into a whole new version of the Me Too fest and vilify black men. Okay, great. Try it. Try it. All this is going to do is level the playing field because, the truth will have to be told. It's just like, the whole R. Kelly situation. Everybody wanted to make Kelly look like, he went out there and kidnapped Aaliyah from the house. But nobody wanted to, speak on the fact that her mama and dad allowed that foolery to go on. And they knew exactly where he was. They knew what he was. Everybody in the industry knew that Kelly had those issues because most of those dudes do the same thing. If you were in the industry, if you were part of the music industry or the movie industry, it's all the same thing. They be out there being pedos. They be out there being, on some extra evil type junk on the low to get them deals, to get those parts and roles. They do all kind of nasty, disgusting stuff out here. They do. And if anybody tell you they're not, they lying. I could have been signed years and years ago during the time of R. Kelly when he came out. When I was a kid, I could have been signed already. I've been in numerous, entertainment groups. Numerous. I've been singing all my life and playing all my life, bro. I could have been in, but the Most High blocked it every time. Block, block, block. Like Terry Crews in the damn deodorant commercial. Blocking all the funk. Yeah. That's how them deals I was supposed to be getting was blocked. Some of us is not meant to be a part of that life. And I used to be sad about it, but now I look at it and I see it for what it is. I'm not sad. Because had I got in there when I was, during Usher's time, me and him were like a year apart, I probably would have been destroyed. Not everybody that gets in there, no matter the talent, not everybody that gets in there becomes, great or lasts a long. Look at what happened to Tevin Campbell. He was one of the greatest male singers that was of the youthful age at that time. Brought up through the creators of Motown. Okay, he was one. He was a runner up for everything new to be inherited. He, I would say what was up next was a collaboration between him and Michael Jackson. That would have been straight to the moon for him. But everybody who's in the industry knows that the foolery that goes on in the industry, is what it is. And if you take your kids out there, you already know what it is. There's no way in hell I would have taken my kids to do any type of any of that. No commercials, no movie deals, no, absolutely not a damn music deal. Especially now. Hell no. Nope. We gonna make you independent. We got your own equipment at the house. You can use my equipment, what we got. You know how to play. My kids can sing and harmonize. They can do all of this stuff. They play instruments. We can make videos. I used to record videos for people. Okay? No, we can do all of that. We're gonna put you on and do it the hard way. But they knew Kelly was out here fooling around. They knew that. They knew that. So to say that these to make even the inference that, you know, these females was all being raped out, was all being graped out here, or you know, taken advantage of. Mm, it's time we take a hard look. See, this is going to make us take a hard look at the foolery we do from now on. Okay, this is where being an adult has to come into play. I'm gonna look at it like this. Say you live in the hood like most of us do, and have, or are right now. It's a whole shootout going on outside, and we know bullets don't have no names, and most of these goofy individuals can't freaking shoot because they don't know how to freaking aim. They doing nigga moment shooting. They shooting like this. Squeeze it, nigga. Squeeze it, nigga. You scared to look. Shook. Because there's no such thing as halfway crooks. Because no one around when the beef cooks. Okay? Well, yeah. These dudes out here shooting. Because they some halfway crooks. Whatever the hell. They not looking where they shooting the bullet. They covering their damn eyeballs. Okay? If you decide you want to walk out of your peaceful house into that foolery, you already know what's gonna happen. It's niggatry outside. Okay? They actively shooting, not even aiming. So you could just open your door and get hit. You know that. You know what comes with it. Okay? If you go out there, there's a chance you may get hit. Or if you bought that life, there's a chance you may have to dang fire back on somebody because damn, you gotta go take your baby to the bus station or the bus stop or whatever you're doing. Go to the store. That means you didn't ask to be put in part of a shootout, but guess what? That's what it is. But that's not what that Freaknik junk was. That was totally different from our living areas. It was a separate location, a place you had to decide in your brain, there's this event going on. I want to go. What goes on at this event? Debauchery. What is that? Everything dangerous for a female. And why would any clear-minded female want to go to that crap, knowing that anything could happen? I have no damn clue, because my daughter, hell no. Let me find out my daughter's going to any of this foolery. Were you? Freak what? Okay. That be the time I use my secret aliens connection and be like, bleep blop, I need you to come on and let's get this ship out here to Freaknik or Freakatron or whatever they want to call it now. Damn it. Bike week. Or niggas shoot but cannot aim fest. Get there. In 2 seconds, we gotta pick my babies up. Cause hell no. UFO on the way. There's no way I would have my daughter out there. No way. No way. I understand people gonna live their life and do whatever they do. I get it. But what the hell would make you want to go to something like that? And once you start asking those questions, the onus is not upon the men, truly. It's on all of them. First of all, as a man, why would you want to go there? You have to think of your future. What if some female just says, you know what? I'm feeling some kind of janky way about this. I changed my mind instantly. Now, I don't feel right about it. Now she gonna say the R word and point at you. What happens then? Now, The authorities is down there. They down there. The cops was down there. Trust. When we showed that picture of the cop, holding the lady cheeks and junk, so everybody could take the picture of the contents of those cheeks. Okay, the cops was down there. They were participating. So the cops would have had to have made a choice to say, "Hey, this woman just said the R word and pointed at this guy. Now we here holding cheeks and junk open for photo ops. But do we need to release these cheeks so we can actually do our jobs?" That's what they would have had to do. So it was a systemic, it's a disease. Why were the cops involved? Why were they cool with it? Why was it okay for females to go down here? Why were dudes thinking it was okay to be down there with these females, knowing that charges could be claimed falsely? Worse, your life ruined. All you got to do is be in somebody's picture and say, "Oh, we reviewing pictures of the people that possibly were there in the area where you had the R word happen to you. Do you see any of these individuals in this car, in this random vehicle, or in this random footage is going, yeah, that guy right there." Now, fast forward 30 years later, now we got artificial intelligence software. They can scan all these videos and all of these faces. Some of you is school representatives. Some of you is in the Senate. Some of you have become judges. Some of you have become pastors. And you're for real about it. You're not even fake. You're really sorry you was out there. But when Mr. Caucasian want to get you, he gonna do that. He don't care about how you change, because they don't change. Okay? That's how this thing is going to play out. People going to start thinking about what they do out here. I hate it that we have to learn the hard way. I really do. Like, you would think with all the stuff that we have been through as so-called black people that we would be, top notch in everything. But we not. We just goofy out here. We just goofy. Like we don't know what the hell going on. I don't get it, man. I do not get it. But Mark Lamont Hill, they're asking who should be worried about Freaknik documentary. Who should be worried? Who should be worried? Now, in that question, it seems to me they're posing, one of these questions that's going to be, one of these so-called gender war questions, because they want to feel this junk, because they see what's going on in our community. They watch our YouTube videos, how we out here trying to get these females in order and how we trying to get these dudes in order so we can be actually worth something out here and able to, command some stuff. Okay, we're trying to get ourselves in order. In order to build things, you must first destroy some things. And we in the destruction mode. Okay, Mr. Samuels, he started the conversations, and now we talking about it. Stuff is getting destroyed. People are being, put on blast. People's behaviors are being put on blast on both sides. We all dusty out here. But guess what? When the dust clears and when we done took a bath and got the dust off, we gonna be ready. But we got to get this foolery out of the way. You can't have a revolution if your people are fighting each other. And this is what is going on. They're trying to keep all of the tools of distraction sharpened. Oh, y'all found some Freaknik footage? Oh, what's up with that? Let's see how we can spin that real quick. What's going on in the so-called black community? Oh, they trying to get straight? Let's not let that happen. Let's see what these feminists are doing. Oh, they kind of changing their mind? Let's not let them do that. because we need them to keep these Negroes, defeated a little bit longer. So we can implement these tools and nobody have the ability to fight us. Look at all these young boys out here with no daddy, no leadership, no guidance. You think they really going to listen to a black male saying, "Hey, young sir, come here. I got some stuff you need to know so you can, perform properly." They're not going to listen to you. Why? Because the foundation for, adhering to elderly advice was never set by the father that was supposed to be in his life. Instead, he got his rebellious mama's ways. Okay? And this is most of these dudes out here, these skinny jeans warriors. These mops with Glocks. That's what they look like. Whole freaking mop. You weigh a whole 87 pounds minus your gun. But you a gangster out here. Surprised you can shoot the damn gun and not be blown the hell away by your own bullets, the crap. We cannot do no revolutionary stuff out here for real without our families being intact. And these are the tools of our destruction. See, the past comes back. It always does. It always does. This is the reason why we always have to watch what the hell we do. Make sure every step we take is orchestrated and properly decided and chosen, I would say. Robert Williams says, I don't know why people here when they had Girls Gone Wild, Spring Break Edition, Too Hot for TV. Yeah, that's Caucasians, okay? They are the complexion for the protection. They can do whatever the hell they want. These people are literally the commanders of the known universe at this point. For all you know, they probably at the damn factory farting on your damn Cheerios. Literally. Straight out the bathroom. They farting on all your Cheerios. You thinking they good? Nah, that's butt crack flavor you tasting. And who gonna check them? Nobody. Who gonna check them? Nobody. They can do what they want to do. For all you know, the damn shot you getting at the hospital, it probably wasn't even the Covidicus 19. The Covidicus chapter 19. It probably wasn't even that. It was probably some friggin', straight Kool-Aid water. They put Kool-Aid water in your vein. That's what the hell they did. And who gonna check them? Who? No damn body. These girls could do whatever they wanted to do. And they did. Look at how many of these girls be at college. Slobbing the whole football team. Whole. And then what they do, they go take a bath, do a rosary prayer, for their slutty ways. And then they go get married to a billionaire. And nothing to be said about it. But let Shonda try that. Now, I got problems with it on both sides. I don't want no woman like that. Hell no. I know I got kids and all this junk, but nah, man. Nah, we not doing the run-throughs. People made it so back in the day. Oh, you don't got no female bodies. Oh, you homo. Oh well, I guess I was homo then, cause I ain't had none. Still to this day, I ain't with the running through of the female. Forget that. That's a bad habit. If you can't control yourself sexually like that, you in a bad way when it comes to, actually performing some stuff when you need to. Females gonna trip you up. I went through a phase, of going to the strip clubs and all of that junk. I went through a phase of that. But then once I realized how it was hurting my people, you know, hurting my kid's mom, and she told me how it made her feel, and I actually was mature enough to understand and overstand, I stopped. I cut it out. I never went back. Matter of fact, the last time I went, we made a date of it. I was like, look, I want to change my ways. I want to show you where I was going. He was like, okay. We went to the movies, went out, had a nice time, dressed up a little bit. To seal off the night, we went to that strip club that I always went to. See my so-called friends there. Showed them who my friends were. Said, hey, what's up? And I said goodbye. And that was the last time I ever went. I've not been to one since. And we not even together no more. Okay? There comes a time in your life as a man where you have to draw the damn line. Being right is being lonely. But when there's enough men around you, and I'm talking about males, men that got themselves together, dudes that have their discipline and order. Dudes is not chasing a BBL. You're not chasing a skirt. Yeah, we see fine females all the time. We see. What's up, King Black News and Visuals? We see the fine. Yeah, black women, y'all fine as hell all day. There's no woman on the planet that's as fine as you. Okay? But at the same point, we got to get these characters in order. We got to get these bad habits up out of the body, up out of the mind and the psyche, which is what we talking about in Freaknik. Why did we need a Freaknik? Nobody else had one. Why do we feel the propensity? Why do we have a propensity or an affinity to being lewd and you know, why do we want to do that? It goes all the way back to slavery, man. It goes all the way back to slavery. It does. When you think about it, when you really read those documents of the disgusting acts they had us doing to each other for their entertainment. Now, you know them Caucasians was entertained seeing us do that junk, all right? How many stories have we heard where fathers were blindfolded or put a bag over their head and put a bag over the daughter's head, and they put the father and the daughter together, and the slave master and the people be sitting there giggling and watching them as you forcing them to rape each other or to R-word each other. And then they take the bag off directly after and show the horror on the father's face and the daughter's face. You understand the trauma that goes with that? And we know scientifically through biology and psychology that there's a thing called epigenetics, that all the experiences that you experience are encoded in your DNA. And those things get passed down from generation to generation. So how much of this traumatic sexual ideology has been passed down to us and we're performing it out here? How much of it? It's freaking disgusting, man. I'm tired. I'm tired. I got kids. Okay? I got kids. I got daughters out here. I got son. I don't want my boys out here running through females. That's freaking disgusting. What if my boy get AIDS? What if my boy get with some crazy female, like always, out here, and she done lied to him and told him some foolery? Oh, I don't got no man. I don't have this and that and the other thing. And he walk up in there and some dude bust up in the house and shoot him all. Now I done lost my boy over a unruly female. For what? No, teach your sons. Leave these females alone. You go make your money. You go build yourself up. You go have some standards. So these bottom feeders that only concentrate on their BBL and what they look like and have nothing else to offer you other than that, they already weeded out. But when you on the bottom as a man, you just grabbing for, you just grabbing for low hanging fruit because you're lonely. And that's what gets us in trouble as men. All of that stuff out there at Freaknik and Bike Week, low hanging fruit. Guarantee you, the good females that was looking their best, they wasn't at no freaking Freaknik. Guarantee you that. They was probably hearing about it on the phone. Girl, you know what I heard? What you heard, girlfriend? Oh, I heard them pros was at Freaknik, just giving it all away. Giving it all away? Yeah, they was just giving it all away. They was singing that song, put it in your mouth, all up in your mouth. Ooh, they was? That song nasty. Robert Williams says, Kemet432 says, salute King. Robert Williams says, like that viral video when the boy said, what you got for me? Some bullets? Young ones don't care about, yeah, young ones don't care and don't want to. Yeah. These kids could give two craps. They don't care. They don't care about anything. Nothing at all. See, by me being the elder, not meaning. See, we have to. Another issue is the language we use. Okay. I've been watching these relationship videos and these, these social reform videos and these governmental videos, and people ask questions about, ideals and things, and people will say, oh, well, what's your definition of this? Or what's your definition of love? Or what's your definition of safety? First of all, there is only one damn definition of everything. Why are we going away from book definitions and text definitions to hearken and cling to idealistic definitions that 100% uneducated and ignorant people have created? Where did that come from? That's like asking a crackhead about what the definition of sobriety is. Mr. Crackhead, what is your definition of sobriety? Mr. Drunk Man, what is your definition of being able to walk in a straight damn line? Insanity. Insanity. And we wonder why society is no. Joshua Norton says, laugh out loud, then he says, I answer more crack. Exactly. Mr. Drunk Man would say, oh, I don't need to walk. I can fly, my dude. Or worse, he could say, I don't need to walk. I could just drive my car drunk already. It's good. He would be getting irritated when you start preaching to him, man. I'm like, whatever. Whatever, man. Whatever you want to do. You want to be goofy? I bet. Let's be that. But you want to be for real and build some stuff? Hey, I'm with that too. But one thing I'm not going to be is fake. Not going to ever be false. I'll never be erroneous. And nobody will ever be able to say that's about me. I've been real from day one. And I'll be real to the end. Whatever that may be. Not saying I have not made errors and mistakes. Oh, trust. I have done stupid, deadly stuff in my life. Okay? I have done my share of debauched things. That was in my, insanity. I was doing good. And then I chose to do dumb, idiot, bad stuff for whatever reason. And I had some elders that was like, Bo, what the hell are you doing? I'm gonna just come out. I was out here, like people saying, I was in the church doing, my ministry thing and whatever. And the church life is hard. It's hard, man. It's hard. You're dealing with the stuff that normal church people don't see. There's levels of church. Okay, there's different levels. You got the basic tier, that's the deacon, Dr. Doug, pimping pastors, pastor offering, pastor poke chop, all them shiesty types, the ones that got the coats on that go all the way to the floor, with the gold toofuses and all of that junk, with the hell no, no, all of that. Them pastors. I like that pastor, but he was real. But the weirdo kinds. They do more harm than good. I like Mr. Hell now, even though he died. I'm sad. I realized he died. Those types was not us. We were the kind of church people that we actually had to be right, because the things that we were doing, when you're literal ghostbusters, people don't believe in that junk. But when somebody call you to their house because they have some type of issue, supernatural going on, you don't want to have no junk inside that them things can detect, because they're gonna make a fool out of you. So we had to be right, and that takes a lot of discipline. You're lonely a lot because nobody understands that type of stuff. And there's not many people you can hang around. So even though we was church people, we didn't really have many other churches we could hang around, because they would hate to see us coming, because they knew what we was known for. We was known for exposing people's junk and sending them things up out of them. That's what we was known for. Okay, so in that life, I fell off because I was doing that from I was a teenager. I never went to parties. I never went to I never went to stay in college away. I went to community college. Okay. Directly after that, I joined the Marines and got back out and got back into the church life. Back into my ministry and thing. Okay. With that, I fooled around and got hooked up with some dude's wife in there. And things went south. Was what it was. The guy died shortly afterward. I felt horrible because he saw me in there. He was like, "Yo, you real hip, cool dude. Like everybody else was old school and not trying to listen to the youth. And I'm one of the youth teachers and all this stuff. And I was the only one that got him to come. And here it is. He bring his wife over. My kid's mom at the time, she befriends this female and brings her over to the house. I'm like, nah, don't bring her over. One thing leads to another. You end up messing your life up, man. All over bad choices and not being able to understand and overstand what the hell is going on inside you. Now, the irony behind that was we would use our gifts to heal and help everybody else, but a lot of times we would neglect ourselves and we would go without, and there would be nobody to pour into us the things that we needed so we could stay straight and not be making deadly decisions like I did. Okay? People say, well, since you did all that, you can't say nothing. Yeah, I can say something, and that's the janky part about judgment. The Most High tells us to judge. Okay, our brothers and sisters so they can stay straight and they won't have to, go through any type, you know, hardship through making errors and mistakes. Let them know when they're going wrong. But if you do not do that and you see them doing whatever they do and you don't say anything, then that's on you. And we got people in our community saying, oh, well, only God can judge. But why would you, if you believe in the Most High, okay, why would you want the Most High to judge you? I wouldn't want that, because what comes after? For those of us who want to believe that, okay, if you want to believe in that there's a Most High, okay, bet. This individual sees you. You get all these choices to do whatever, right or wrong. You can make all the choices you want, but in the end, if nobody checks you on your junk and you're allowed to do whatever you do with no checks, and then at the end, this individual who rules over all gets to say whether you keep existing or not, I wouldn't want to be judged by that individual, because that's the end for me, especially if I never corrected myself. Now, this is not a religious rant. I'm just saying, if you want to believe that, since only God can judge you, okay? But the passage goes, judge not lest you be judged, okay, with the same rule and letter that you use to judge another. Now, that does not mean you don't do it. It means you have your junk together when you do that. Just like says, okay, you can't be the one you trying to pull a toothpick or a splinter out of my eye when you got a whole log in your eye. Like, no, you got a bigger problem than me. You not equipped to tell me nothing. You got a whole log stuck in your head, bro. Sis, that's what that means. People got it twisted and got it backward. Now we in a totally rebellious society. Hence, all of the stuff we can't tell a female nothing today. You can't tell a little boy, little girl nothing at all. You see him out here doing wrong. You get on somebody's kids for doing some junk out here really wrong. Oh, you can be absolute that the mama gonna come out here raising all kinds of hell and sand on you. Probably gonna call some dudes to shoot, and they will. All off the strength that they feel like they should be able to do whatever they want, including wrong to you. That's where this is going. This is where it goes. It sounds like, a rant, but it's really not. It's a segue. One thing leads to another. When we do not judge each other and keep each other straight, we get these types of things. And now we're here trying to figure out why we shook about a Freaknik documentary when it should have never even been. There should have never been a Freaknik. I hate seeing a man, a dude work all his long career, and then here comes somebody from 40 years ago talking about, oh, you squeezed my behind when you was in a parade in 1907. Fool, there wasn't no cameras then. Well, somebody did a seance and they held hands and vibrated from right to left and did all this junk, and they got the image in their brain, and Mr. Egghead freaking Bill Gates put some junk from Elon Musk in my brain, and they took a picture of the thought I had when we was holding hands with the seance, and we got the picture you grabbing my butt crack. Now you got to give up all your money and go to jail because, me too. No. Insane in the membrane. Insane in the brain. No. Nope. Toot Ankh Kara says, war and peace. Through the chat, war and peace, brother fire. Hey, war and peace, sir. I like that statement. War to the enemy and peace to us. But we got to do warfare in our own homes and communities right now. I could say war and peace later on. But truthfully, I did some crazy stuff in my life, man. I've been super sorrowful, man. Nah, super sorrowful. I've been sad because of that. And that was one of the things that the Most High was always asking for. Yo, are you really sorry for the junk you do? That contriteness of heart. With a broken spirit and a contrite heart. That's how we should, come dealing with each other. I don't come saying what I say because I feel like I'm better than the next. No, I don't want anybody to go through that. Okay? You ever want to be forgiven for some junk, but the person is dead? And you got to look at their kids grow up when you used to keep their kids and all that junk? They know you, they remember you from whenever, but now the situation has changed. But I'm looking at them in a different way and for a different reason. I knew some stuff that was going on that they will never know. I keep the guilt inside. You understand? That's some real, I can admit my junk. I don't have anything to hide like that. Forget people and what they got to say. I don't give a damn about that. I tell my life story if I want to on here. I hope somebody can learn from it. It has taken over 10 years for me to heal from that, and I still feel bad when I see the kids or whoever, I don't want this to be a thing where I'm just saying, oh well, I'm better than somebody. I'm speaking about, these individuals living a life. Another question is, why do you feel like doing this destructive stuff is living life? Is living your life? Why is that a positive thing to do? You cannot go, learn a skill and better yourself and go hiking on a mountain or go freaking parasailing or some junk. I don't know. Go climb a skyscraper. Not be debauched and debase yourself. Insane, man. Anyway, I'm just hoping that this Freaknik foolery, is finally done and over with once this thing, starts to go, underway. But we can speak against what they're talking about. We can speak against that. They're not going to use this as no type of, harm to us. We're not going to let that work. We're not going to let that work, not at all. I love my people. I love my people in the way of the Most High. Not in the ways of feelings and emotions, but in the ways the Most High instructs us to love each other. I love like that. If the stuff I say make you feel bad, please do not worry. I felt even worse because I probably lived it before you. Trust. When that man died, in that tragic way that he did, I cried so many horrible tears alone. As a man, guilty knowing that I had done some things that everybody knew about, I confessed it, but it wasn't enough for me. I wanted that man to know I was sorry. He'll never know that. And I also learned that, just because you sorry for something, you did to somebody or what, they don't have to forgive you. That's part of your punishment. You don't always get to be forgiven. You know what I'm saying? Just like we do not always get an apology for when people do things to us. We don't always get that. Sometimes we have to just move on. You understand? So please know, I'm coming forward as a transparent leader out here. I'm gonna say some stuff that's kind of embarrassing because I want you all to know me. No, I'm not out here trying to hide who I really am. No, I'm not trying to hide, not at all. Nope. But we're gonna get on to this so-called what do you call it? The leaking of these documents. Okay. We're gonna get on to that. Now we're gonna look up his guy's name. Okay. Now we're gonna come in here. All right. Now this guy, it says man arrested in connection with intel leak. Actions speak louder than words. Duh. This article is by Blake Ellis, Scott Glover, Jeff Winter, and Melanie Hicken, CNN, whatever the hell they are. Right? This is the guy. Looks weird. Air Force people always look weird. No offense. Anyway. CNN, 3 years ago before he was granted top secret clearance by the U.S. government and entrusted with highly sensitive eyes-only information intended for officials in the Pentagon, graduating high school senior Jack Teixeira chose the following motto for his yearbook: actions speak louder than words. The phrase appeared next to a photo of Teixeira, who had already enlisted in the Massachusetts Air National Guard. Today, of course, those words appear prophetic. The 21-year-old was formally charged Friday in court in Boston with being the source of a massive leak of national defense information and other classified documents. The charges were baffling to some who grew up with Teixeira. I could never have foreseen him doing that, said John Powell, a former high school classmate. As federal authorities continue their criminal probe of Teixeira, CNN interviewed more than half dozen former classmates of the suspect who offered insights that contribute to an emerging portrait of the young man at the center of the leak investigation. Teixeira grew up in the suburbs of Providence, Rhode Island, according to the records, and graduated from Dayton Rehoboth High School in the neighboring Massachusetts in 2020. Let's see, skip down. What the hell is this talking about? Okay, FBI just interviewed at least one person who said a young man later identified as Teixeira began posting what appeared to be classified information on a server in December. The unidentified source told agents the server was intended to discuss geographical, geopolitical affairs and current and historical wars. According to the source, among the documents posted online was one describing the status of the Russian-Ukraine conflict, including troop movements on a particular date. Many questions remain about Teixeira's online activities, and the server he allegedly used is at the center of the government's leak investigation. Teixeira is believed to have been the head of an obscure invite-only Discord chat room called Thug Shaker Central. Multiple U.S. officials told CNN where information from the classified documents was posted months ago. It says 4 Discord users active in the different Discord chat rooms where the documents later appeared to CNN. The documents began circulating on Thug Shaker. Let's see. Yeah, they're just going through the whole emotional book here. Let's go back to my file where I went to the other document. Is what we know so far about the leaked classified military documents. Okay, so what is in the document? According to New York Times and other outlets, the initial document leaks forced on U.S. assessments of the war in Ukraine, originally written in February and March, included estimated casualties on both sides and what equipment and ammunition could be required by Kyiv in the future. However, they reported that at least one document appeared to have been altered to lower Russia's death toll in the war and inflate that of Ukraine, raising questions over reliabilities of the papers. This is what we're talking about out here. When we say we have to watch what we're being a part of, okay? He exposed a document that was basically telling you that this whole war with so-called Russia and Ukraine is not what we think it is. I've seen numerous videos posted on other social medias from people who live in Ukraine and people who live in Russia. And they're saying a lot of this stuff that the United States is saying is going on, it's not going on. They're saying a lot of these pictures that we see of the destruction and whatever, these people that live in these areas are like, yo, this picture that the United States just published of this building and this part of the city being destroyed, like I live here. And they're showing it live, like there is no destruction here. What are they talking about? This is fake. Don't freaking believe it. Now, granted, anytime the United States pulls a false flag operation, they always have real casualties, just like with these so-called mass shootings and junk. Yeah, it's a false flag. They just trying to grab your guns, but guess what? Real people die. Okay? They tried it with the Batman movie shooting at the movie theater. They tried it with the shootings at the school with the little babies. You know, they tried it at the recent one with the little babies, and they wouldn't let the people go in there, but the cops was not going in also. Okay, they've been doing it the entire time. This is a gun grab. They know that revolution in this country is right around the corner, and they're trying to, you know, put into legislation, you know, the banning of all types and kinds of guns, especially those that would make us able to fight them off. Because guess what? They have those type of weapons too. We already know through history, okay, what happens when you take the guns away from the citizenry. Okay? China did it. The Soviets did it at one time in that area. Okay? And every time, or Germany did it. what happens directly after that? Oh, we're going to round you up after we taken your ability to defend yourself, and you go to, the gas chambers, or you go into mass graves because we got all these automatic weapons and we're going to put you in there just like that. This is why I do not agree with I feel like we should go to Africa, but we ain't going to be able to bring our guns with us. So we would be stuck over here fighting with these Caucasians, until the ammunition runs out for us. Okay, let's go to the next one. Let's see. 2. It says one of the largest leaks of classified U.S. military documents in a decade has sparked an official investigation by the DoD, Department of Defense, and could complicate America's support of the Ukraine shortly before a major offensive by Kyiv. Multiple trenches. Okay, you don't know what trench means? It means part. Hold on. Oh. What? Put it in here. Trench. Okay, trench. What the hell? And ask for that, retard. Boy, I swear, man. You ask for one thing, they give you 15,000 other things you don't freaking need. Crap. Okay. Trench. A trench of something is a piece of a section or a part, okay? A trench of things is a group of them. Okay, so then we go back to what the hell we was talking about. There's multiple trenches of documents have appeared on social media sites over recent weeks. Some of them reportedly intended only for those with highest levels of U.S. security clearance. The information covers a wide range of topics from U.S. assignments of the war in Ukraine to intelligence gathered on diplomatic allies. Now, listen to what they say right here. This has sparked official investigation by the DoD and could complicate American support of Ukraine shortly before the major offensive by Kyiv. Who are they talking about needs to be in support of Ukraine? Who? Most of us here don't really support that junk. Why are we involved in, this is white on white crime. Let them fight. Let them fight. Let them do what they do. Let Russia do what they do. Okay? Nobody said anything to the United States when they was over here dropping bombs on these other countries in secret. There's been what, like 250 different bombing missions that were secret of countries we ain't even really heard of that's sweeping their people up off of the grounds to this day. Nobody said anything to them. Nobody said anything to the United States about doing that foolery. But here we are, trying to make, this young boy look bad, because he told a couple of secrets, and he should have told it. He should have damn told it. Now, I got a lot of different opinions for people, who feel like, well, if you was a Marine and whatever, you should be forever in support of, whatever the United States does. Bull crap. You know how many Marines died from Camp Lejeune when I was there, behind this false flag war over some, portal technology and gold caches, because it wasn't weapons of mass destruction. Now that we dig all the way down, it was technology that Saddam Hussein had over there from, ancient Persia. His ancestor was Nebuchadnezzar, and they had portal technology. Allegedly. Okay. We know a lot of weirdo stuff was going on over there in Afghanistan, like people seeing pterodactyls in the air and UFOs in the air and weird animals that would just come out of nowhere. Like, where's these prehistoric animals coming from? If they extinct, they was coming through a portal over there in the area. Nobody, people know where. It's just, when they would come through every now and again, they just shoot them down. Now we have pictures of these pterodactyls still being around in the early 1900s. People took pictures of the pterodactyls that they shot down. Okay? But we should not be in support of any of this Ukraine, Russia foolishness. No, let Russia do what they do. I got a question. Like, is they had that same smoke for China, but that died down and they started focusing on Russia because they know China's about that life. Okay? You got a couple of billion people over there that could easily come over here and wipe everybody out and repopulate the entire United States, but you want to have a beef with those individuals? I think you need to, go buy a couple of egg rolls and shut the hell up, No. Says among the more recent leaks, there have also been reports on the U.S. gathering intelligence on its diplomatic allies, including South Korea, Israel, Ukraine. The documents also allegedly lay out the U.S.'s extensive access to intelligence from inside Russia's government, revelations that could have dire consequences for American espionage going forward. The documents also allegedly lay out the U.S.'s extensive access to intelligence from inside Russia's government. So, they got double agents over there. Now, they was making all of this noise about, Russian operatives being over here, but you got double agents over there. You see how the United States has played themselves in so many messed up ways? It's like, if you want to be a superpower that bad, you would think you would make better moves and be, more strategic. But it's showing everybody that the United States is just, devices and artillery heavy. But they don't really have any strategic, acumen when it comes to making great decisions, for the long run. Everything is, we gotta use these heavy artillery tools to go take what we want. But what happens after that? What happens when people build up, resistance to your artillery? What happens when people build, shields that can deflect bullets and bombs and robots that can find your missiles in the sky and shoot them down? What happens when people do that? Then your artillery is useless. Then where's your superpower? And this is basically what people are doing. It's reminiscent of what the Revelation says in the book about the bear and the dragon coming together against, the whore of Babylon. The bear is represented by Russia is represented by the bear, and the dragon is the representative of China. Everybody else's representative was in there too. And it says in the book of Revelation that everybody would eventually turn against the United States, aka the whore of Babylon. And what's going on? BRICS. Everybody ditching the United States currency. What the hell you think is going to happen? They got double agents. You spying on the Russian government, but you angry because you don't want those Russians over here, and you putting Russians in jail and junk for spying on you. How hypocritical. It said, where did the documents first appear? Okay. It says the leaked information has turned up across multiple social media platforms and apps in recent weeks, including Twitter and YouTube. Bellingcat, an independent investigative news outlet, said the documents appear to have originally been posted on obscure internet sites, including a Minecraft channel on Discord, which is a popular messaging application for fans of computer games. The documents grew greater attention once they were discovered and posted more broadly to far-right notice board 4chan and pro-Russian messaging groups on the Telegram app. Okay, I used to be, hanging out on 4chan, checking out the white boys and all the messed up stuff they would post. And truthfully speaking, they reposted some messed up stuff up there. You might want to check it out. A lot of these black women that have, Caucasian male wives, these dudes be taking pictures of these females while they sleep and posting all types of, this is my nigger wife, comments and junk. With their hand on their big old behind and junk as she sleep. She don't have a clue. But that's what they do on 4chan. They plan their attacks on black people. They plan their attacks on Mexicans or whatever the hell. They do all of this stuff on 4chan. You might want to go get you an account and, listen around. Download a couple of pictures of it. It's all up there. But it says, what do we know about their origins? Most of the documents appear to be photographs of classified Pentagon briefing reports that look as though they had previously been folded up before the images were taken. According to the Times, that suggests someone removed them, possibly in a pocket or a briefcase, from their original home. Duh. Who was behind the leaks? Well, authorities are still hunting for the leaker. One culprit could be a man called OG, who joined the group on Discord in 2020 and posted intelligence documents there, according to a report in the Washington Post. The article, which cited two members of the online group, suggested the leaker is a gun enthusiast working at a secure facility in the United States, in a United States military base, who ranted about government overreach. Yeah. How's about it? How about that? Next. Have they been deleted from the internet? With the documents now widely shared on the internet, it is highly unlikely that they can now be removed or hidden. At least one major social media platform, Twitter, seems to have little appetite for forcibly erasing documents. Its billionaire owner, Elon Musk, mocked the idea of potentially moving the documents from the web in a tweet last week. Still, the White House says efforts were being made to remove the material. Impossible. I hope they never remove it. How have countries responded? Ukraine has dismissed the documents publicly as Russian disinformation, with an advisor to President Volodymyr Zelensky telling the New York Times that they were fictional. And and Russia is trying to influence Ukrainian society. And Russia is trying to influence Ukrainian society. Sow fear, panic, mistrust, and doubt. The report cited the advisor saying it's typical behavior. At the same time, Russian state media Sputnik claimed the leak exposed divisions of the United States over President Joe Biden's Ukraine policy, while a government spokesman told CNN the documents showed the close involvement of U.S. in Ukraine. U.S. allies have so far reacted with concern to the news of leaks, but emphasized their faith in American authorities to investigate. The South Korean government, which was mentioned in the leaks, said in a statement on Sunday it will be discussing the matter with the United States, while Australia's Department of Foreign Affairs and Trade told ABC it was seeking further information. How about that? How about that? Mega Traveling Man says, yep. Mega Traveling Man says, Japan just found an island with a bunch of prehistoric animals. Yeah. Yeah. See, what I think they're doing, what them finding this island, what I think they're trying to, do a soft disclosure on all the rest of this land that's out here. Because when you think about it, they say, we have climate change and whoop-de-whoop. And the ice caps are melting. All right. So if the polar ice caps are melting and we're all so-called responsible for it because we keep driving cars and whatever the hell, then that means this was in play 100 years ago. And there's truthfully no way you can stop that. There's no way. But when you go back and you listen to the true scientists, okay, and they dig up under the ground and they find these layers, and they can assess the temperatures and the magnetic orientations of things and the oxygen levels of the time, and they can show you this is cyclical. The temperature always rises and falls. Cataclysms always come and go. The earth is always hit, and the civilization is always destroyed, and it starts over again. It happens in cycles. That's what the Bible was partially talking about, but the Bible is not even an official book. Everything in the book came from somewhere else. It was stories from people from our time, from our racial history. And Caucasians got their hands on it and put it in a book. And they tried to use it as control. But now we know where those pieces came from. And we know what those books were talking about. Cataclysms have always come. And this is where the so-called aliens come in. Okay? Ever since 1933, when they started doing the nuclear testing and all of that foolery, we have been seeing a great influx of UFOs or ships, flying, ships that have been hovering and just observing things, especially above the nuclear silos where they keep the nuclear missiles. Okay, there's been numerous incidences where fleets of UFOs have gone and hovered above the nuclear silos and disabled those. There's been times where we see the missiles being fired and the ships flying around the missile and disabling it. Matter of fact, I think I got a video of one of those. Let's see. Here's one right here. Yeah, here's one. Now, people could say, yeah, it could be fake. Could be. Could be not. Here we go. Yeah, they just show you the part where it was being fired and what, but they don't show you the explosion part. The explosion part happened, sometime a couple of, frames later. But this stuff is so chopped and screwed. The originals are long gone or long hidden. But this information is coming out, you know, and I'm just trying to, figure. I'm like, okay, if you're going to tell me the entire Earth is going to be flooded with water again because the polar ice caps are melting, okay, bet. That means we all leave here, which includes Mr. White Man. So, what then is the true remedy for that? You obviously cannot, just stop driving cars today because, electric cars will do even worse because you would have to, have a grid set up where all this power could come from, and that would have needed to be set up 40 years ago. And even so, how are you going to generate the electricity? You would need gas engines or diesel engines to, generate that power unless you're going to use solar or some type of, nuclear or fission, engines to generate that. And they claim to not know how to do it. Lies. Just saw a video yesterday where they want to put fission engines in fighter jets now, and I'm like, okay, y'all, you figured out how to do it. Why you couldn't figure that out for the power grid? So you wouldn't be out here talking about climate change and making people have 15-minute cities and all this junk, trying to lock people in their houses and what? Nobody got time for that. But the animals showing up, there's animals that have been showing up under the sea and washing up on the shores of the beaches and what. They're supposed to have been long extinct millions of years ago, and now here you are. You're seeing them washing up on the beach. Where did they come from? Where did they come from? Now, if you think about the so-called scarcity of land and water that we have, there's only so many, hundreds of thousands of times you have in odds to calculate the possibility of these things showing up or not showing up relative to the amount of water we have and the amount of land we have. It's finite. So if there's one of these things, there have to be at least 12 to 20 of these things, because how are they reproducing? And then how long are they living? Okay? So if these things are living a long time, being deep underwater, bet that means their population is pretty much unharmed, outside of natural predation. Other fish, taking 1 or 2 or 10, that happens. So outside natural predation, what other predators do they have to worry about other than the white man, who never saw it before and thought it was extinct? They wouldn't have any. So that would mean their populations will be booming, which is an impossibility because you thought it was extinct. You never saw one on camera. You got robots going all up and down the different depths, of the ocean and you never saw one. Now there's one on the ocean. No, I'm thinking these things are coming outside that ice wall, because the so-called ice wall is melting, they say. So since it is melting, I'm thinking, great, maybe some of that ice wall melted on the underside and they swam under it from the other oceans out there, where some of the dinosaurs are probably still living and swimming, and they just swam in there, got hemmed up by all the chemicals in the water, died, and then showed up on the shore. Think about it. If we live on a globe Earth, that means we are compressed. That means everything we have is 100% finite. That means we have, if there were any prehistoric bodies or prehistoric individuals living under that water, we would see them sooner or later. Well, now sooner than later, because technology makes everything available. Now the everyday citizen scientist is running neck and neck to the university scientists, because the availability of technology. If you know how to program, manufacture, and design some things, you got a 3D printer or a 3D metal printer, but you can make anything. You got your own telescopes. You can look at the moon yourself. We don't need them anymore. Okay? All of this stuff is fishy, man. No pun intended. We were just talking about fish. And before I get off of that, I want to, show some of these videos of all of these ships and stuff being seen. These are ships being seen from people taking videos outside of airplanes, and they just popping up everywhere. Some of them look real. Some of them, they look CGI. I would say this one is kind of real. I'm a CGI artist myself, and there's certain things of physics that you have to be able to do in the CGI software that you have to translate into, a real setting, like tracking. And this is not fake stuff. It's a triangular ship right there. It looks like it could be a TR-3B, one of the United States, reverse engineered ones. Okay, there's that one. Then we have let me see. Bunch of. Here's some in the sky at nighttime. This is sped up. Some goofies would say those are stars. I ain't ever seen no star move at 70,000 miles per hour, stop, do a 90-degree or 30-degree angle turn, and go the other way. Those are not no damn stars. Those are ships, fleets of them. Look how fast that was. Okay. This is over the moon. This is why it pays to have your own equipment and your own telescopes, because NASA cannot stop you from looking at the moon. Okay. There's more than one of those type of video where the ships are being seen. Here's one. Okay. This is what happened in 1955 when the ships flew over the United States White House. That's from then. They colorized it, okay? But there's so much stuff out here that's being released. People don't understand, whether it's real or not. But then you have people who do, and they could care less. Yeah. But there's that. Anyway, I might come back later on and talk about something else. There's this cop in these cops in New Mexico first was antagonizing this house. They were at the wrong damn house. And dude came to the door with his gun, because obviously police were not announcing themselves and they're just out there looking like terrorists as always. And he opened the door after, they banged on it and banged on it. He opened the door and they seen him with his gun. And they shot the dude. And he's the wrong person. They were not even at the right house. And they were far from the right house. Okay. I'm going to go over some governmental documentation and some historical documentation, like the Declaration of Independence. We're going to do some comparisons. We're going to do some theorizing and some, bringing forth proper ideals and thoughts of ourselves with this. Because if we keep allowing these police to do this bullcrap, they're going to keep doing it. They're getting worse and worse. We see New York just announced that they're going to be fully releasing these robots into the community. And you already know what that's going to be. Okay? We know they got those dog robots from Boston Dynamics. We know they got those other robots. Okay? The ones that roll on wheels. The ones with the feet and can move and run and do flips and what? They put guns on those. I don't trust these people as far as I can throw them. They do it there, they're going to do it everywhere. So we may want to be starting to discuss things we could do to safeguard ourselves from these damn baby terminators. Okay. So I said a couple of things on here, quite uncomfortable. kind of embarrassing about my personal life and what. Some might take it and run with it and be like, you a nigga. And others might be like, damn, bro, we didn't understand. I say stuff that I say because it's real. I love my people, not simply because of emotional factors, but because of me feeling like I have to give back and make recompense for things that I've done in my life that was not, good. So that's where my love and my dedication comes from. Maybe if we had more people who felt this way and performed this way, we might have a better society. Okay? Love you all. Thank you all that attended for your attendance. I might come back in another couple of hours later on since it is Saturday. But think on this stuff. Okay? Peace.
Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. I call upon the spirit of the beast, sleeping inside our people to awaken. I call for the spirit of warfare to come sit upon the south side. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. All of your tricks, all of your schemes, evil dreams, and all of your lies, all of your murdering my people in the scheme of things just seems to be buying us time. Time to prepare, and shake this irrational fear of you. Time for us to shave our hair to prepare for the final fight with you. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan to do to you. No more depending on a ghost to do what I need to do. Never will I beg for justice from the likes of you. Your destruction is my goal. I decided to let you know you are done here. Murder is your pleasure, kill for less. A devil tester, evil jester, nigga blesser. Always running with the beast. Whenever you get around, bullets flying, people dying, baby crying. Hear the siren, all destruction must increase. Government cooperation and alignment. Your assignment is to murder all the people of originality. You are never to be trusted. So disgusting is your presence. Manchurian candidate will destroy new society. Everybody gangsta, but we never see you flexing on your true enemies. Hey, I forgive myself for what I plan